Morning, I'm just going to pop some spinach in the ground, hopefully without too much help from Alba, so I just thought I'd show you. I've been growing them in these module trays here, so I put some Swiss chard in, a bit of spinach and some lettuce, but in this patch I'm growing spinach, at the end of the bed chard, and we'll meet in the middle somewhere. So all I'm doing is just poking these out with my finger because they're big enough, and you can see they're quite big modules. They didn't need to be that big. But that was all I had. Don't worry, it's going to be okay. It's probably quite good to show. Look, there's another little spinach there. I'll plant you and you. Here we go. We can rescue this. So Alba, if you please move along. Now I'm doing the alternate spacing thing again like I did with the chard. So I just pop those in. And then you could probably even just use your hand to make a hole, because this compost is so soft and crumbly. If you're growing spinach in pots, like they don't need to be too deep, the roots aren't going to get ginormous for this. Save your big pots for big things like tomatoes and courgettes and cucumbers if you're growing those. And just going to slip them in. Just try and tuck them in quite nicely. These ones I planted the other day, so I'm just adding to those. And I could of course just sow them directly into the ground, but I've been growing them in trays because it's a lot easier for me to water all of my trays inside together than it is to come out and walk up and down the bed, so it's just a bit of a time saver. So I'll keep going with my spinach, but I did also want to show you another thing, which is that I'm just going to sow some flowers at the end of my beds, and that's for like a variety of reasons. One is that I love flowers, they're very cheering, aren't they? But also it attracts in pollinators. We're just starting a garden here and it's very bare. We're about to sow some grass and wildflowers tonight because it's going to rain tomorrow, so that's a good time to do it. But I'm just going to add in some borage because I had a packet of these seeds. Now borage flowers are edible. They taste like cucumber, they're really nice. You can put them into ice cubes and put them in a gin and tonic. They're also absolutely loved by bees. When they're in flower, you'll always have bees around, which is great. And one thing to consider is they're quite good at sort of self-seeding, and they will kind of like disperse. So maybe think about that. But yeah, borage, calendula, like marigold is another excellent edible flower that will bring in pollinators. Sunflowers, always great. And nasturtium, which I wish I had some seeds of. Now you can start your nasturtium seedlings inside, and they're very what do you call it, what's the opposite of hardy? They are very tender, so if a big frost came they would die at the moment. But yeah, so those with nasturtium, Laura, I know you wrote in, just hold on till like a couple of weeks time. But yeah, I'm just going to pop these in. So they're in a little packet. And then I'm going to just put it down the end of the bed. Can you see where I didn't plant the spinach right up to it? I'd left a bit of space, and I'm just going to draw a line like this with my finger to make a shallow drill. That's called a shallow little ditch. Pour some of the seeds out, and then I'm not going to round them all next to each other. Give them a bit of space and drop them in like that. Now I'm going to sow some other things in my garden like this when I get some time, like baby leaf lettuce, but again you could do that with spinach, with chard, with other lettuces. There we go. Just cover it over, and then as always give it a really good water in. And now I know when I come to do my spinach that I just need to water like this bit of bare soil as well. And hopefully that will just create some nice flowers that I can eat, enjoy, and that will bring in beneficial insects. Not like Alba. Okay, thank you and have a good day. I'll be back soon. Bye.